What's up, everybody? It's Kylercraft again with another video. Today, I'm finally doing it. I keep saying I'm going to do it, and I just realized I got to do it. I got to start making this volcano. I don't know if was that one of my ones. I don't think it was. Let's see. It was not. Here, a not needed shulker box. Okay, so we've got a ton of... So here's my thought. I've got deep slate. I've got some cobbled deep slate. In here, I do have the very rare deep slate coal. And I've got some magma blocks. Okay, so these are the things. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start building it. So I've got this sort of shape out of here. And the idea is that I want to make a volcano decently high. Like, it doesn't need to be super high, but decently high. And I'm going to make it just like as if I was just making like a step stair all the way up, right? So it won't look very textured, it'll look very like conish. And then once I do that, then I'm going to go in and I'm going to do this all with just regular deep slate. Once I've done that, then I think I'm going to come in with the cobbled deep slate and the coal blocks, magma. I might even add some other ones, some other like some tuft or like some other kind of blocks, just to kind of give it like the ground some texture around it too. But I think that's where I'm going to get started. So without further ado, let's go here. And then we're going to go boom. Okay, there we go. This is going to be like such an arduous task. I know, and I know this is the exact content you guys come to my channel for. So watch me struggle to build things. We're going to go one in on everything, and then we're just going to keep doing it until it doesn't even make sense. Yeah, this is going to be kind of cool. And then I have to think, see, like, that's part of the build. It's making the volcano. Then I got to make the lava look like it's kind of coming down naturally, which is going to be another interesting task. Because I don't actually know how I'm going to do, like, how well that's going to work. See, this is the other weird part, too, is because I have to go, like, up a thing here. And come here. Because I don't know how well I'm going to be able to make the lava come out and feel like it's there just naturally. I also am realizing exactly in this moment, okay, that I might not have enough deep slate. Oh, crap. But we're going to see, you know, we're going to find the set together, everybody. This is very fun. Laying the blocks, making them go bloop bloop, bleep blorp, bleepity blop. You know what I'm saying? You know, you know. That's all I gotta say. You don't know, I'm sorry. You're not cool enough. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. I really didn't want to put that there, but that's fine. It doesn't really matter, I guess, if it doesn't need to be like perfectly hollow in the middle. I almost said in the morning. Because yeah, typically I just want to have like some like lava source blocks that I can come and get lava whenever I want. That's really the true purpose of this. Oh, how am I doing this one? There, and then like there. Yeah, this is like the one thing I didn't really truthfully account for, was that I made my perimeter uneven. Okay, there. Then we have to come up one there. Doesn't like that bad. Let's just see. It's like not looking horrible. I mean, truthfully, I won't know until it's like done, but I don't know. I'm going under the assumption that I'm gonna make this like, I need to go like that. That one needs to come off. I'm gonna go under the assumption that this is gonna look just absolutely horrendous when I'm done. But you know what? I'm holding out hope. I'm just gonna be wrong. So I guess we'll see, you know, like we're gonna see how this all pans out. And I'm really hoping Vale comes in clutch for me here and sleeps through the nights so that I don't have to be building at night. If not, that's okay. I haven't talked to Vale about this, but you know, Vale, if you do sleep, number one fan for life right here. Okay, I've run out of the blocks. I really should have brought a bed with me. That would have been the real smart play, if I'm being honest. I should have just done that. Why didn't I do that? We're gonna be fine. You know, we're gonna be fine. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go right in the middle here, because there's already a little I don't know, dimple. I'm gonna call it a dimple in here, and then we're just gonna go like this, and we're gonna go like that, and then what we're going to do would be big smart guy play here, and we're gonna go like this. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're gonna put the torches on this, and then we're gonna do one of these. We're gonna go, how far do I want to go? Like that, and then we'll come in here, we'll chisel that out, and then we'll just put it back up, and then sleep when we need to. We're fine. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Okay, so we're back over here. Let's get back to it. You know, have a nice little. I think no, I'm doing this wrong. That's fine. Don't worry about that. I'm just getting ahead of myself. I was just really excited to start that next bit, you know? Like, I was like, we're on the second level for sure. We're not. Then we gotta go up one here. Like that. Okay. And then here we have to go up one there. Like that. This is like wild. Oh, that didn't need to be there, but that's fine. I also have like, I know I have like shulkers full of this too, which is fine, but you know what? That's okay, because I have more too. I've got more of this deep slate as well. We're just gonna go, you know what we're gonna do? We're just gonna go like that to like kind of like, we don't have to worry about that one. Okay, then we're gonna go one here and then one up and come that way. This is probably, I guarantee if I looked at this through my spyglass from like high up, it probably looks so ugly. Okay, we're gonna go there, and then we have to come down like that, and then like this, so that we have that hole. Yeah, okay, perfect. We got that hole covered. This is like so tedious too, because I'm so used to building like things that are like, I don't know, I don't build in a lot of weird shapes. I build a lot of like, minus like, I don't know, I built my like roller coasters kind of weird, and like I built like weird pyramids, but they've always been kind of like symmetrical and like very like square shaped, like square based. So like I've never really had an example, oh excuse me, an example where I've done this, where it's been just like something that like, for a lack of better word, I'll call it nature random. Yeah, like one thing I learned on the very first SMP that I played on was it's like, you know, like nature doesn't have straight lines, you know, like everything's sort of like random. Everything has like weird, like maybe it has patterns, right? But like it's always a different, like it's never just, yeah, like a straight doot, which like, again, like if you look at the roads I built, they're all very, very straight, which is fine. You know, it's not conforming to the terrain at all, which is okay. I don't really care about that for roads, but like, yeah, it is just something like a very important tip I learned in building, that you gotta try to make, like, you know, why, like when I go and like, if you watch me plant flowers in Minecraft, like I just zigzag and run around just like mash the button, because I'm like, well, you can't get much more random than that. Like that's truthfully random. Okay, there we go. I didn't really think of this part though. I really should be building from the outside. Okay, there we go. So look at, there we go. It's got like one layer. It's looking not like horrible. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. You know what? Actually, before this, I'm gonna be smart. I'm going to. No, do I want to do that? No, I don't. You know what? I don't care. I'm just gonna do this. I've got deep slate for days, so it's whatever. I was like, oh, do I want to go and get like why am I blanking on words today? Like, do I want to go get scaffolding to, like, you know, climb my way out of these easy? But I was like, I don't know, I don't really need to go that far. That seems a bit excessive. Plus that I'm just gonna be I'm not gonna be like having it truthfully, like I'll have to build it up every time anyway, right? So like, okay, now this is where I have to kind of figure this part out, because we have to go there and then there. We have to go but we have to block that hole there too. Okay, that's fine. I think that that is going to be okay. Oop, there we go. Now we have to come down like that. This is like very, I don't know, it's really weird when you're like envisioning this and how you're going to build it and like actually doing it are two very different things. Okay. Oh wait, I didn't. That was a waste of a block. I have to go here. It's the same height. I don't know why I was like, oh, I have to go one down, because I was like thinking I had to match it. Okay. There we go. Then we have to come down. Oh, this wasn't already, that part was kind of already done, but I'm gonna go like this. We're gonna just kind of, I don't care if this breaks the way that I was doing it, I'm gonna do it anyway. This is my vision. I get to execute it the way I want. We're gonna go like that and go like that, because then this was the little strip I built. Okay, good. That, and then we're gonna go here. Oh, bam. Let's do that, just for sake of ease. Okay. Am I doing this wrong? Probably. Do I care? Not really. It's my building. I can build whatever I want and however I want it. The lopsided ugly volcano, then that's what I decided to build. If it comes out that way, it was all intentional. There's no mistakes. I did that wrong too. See? No mistakes. I meant to do that, actually. That was all part of the very intentional cool design that I was gonna do. Yeah. Okay. And then I did this like, I don't know, I'm doing this like all backwards. I don't really care. I had a whole system and now I'm just throwing it out completely out the window. There we go. And then we have to come up here. That's my phone. Oh no, it's beeping everywhere. How dare. Here we go. We have muted the sound. Okay. I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but you know what? I'm gonna run with this and we're just gonna wing it. Because you know what? It's all gotta get built up anyway. Right? Let's just see. If I was like smart, I'd do like some like crazy math. And you know what? I don't care if it looks random. It's supposed to look random, right? It's supposed to be a random volcano. I'm just gonna leave that. You know what? I want to see what this looks like, actually. Let's go like this. Okay. Yeah, it's all at different levels anyway. So like, what does it really truthfully matter, I guess? Boom. Because we're gonna be making it uneven anyway, right? So like, I guess really if I like mess up the full pattern here, it's not like the end of the world. Because like, you know, it's gonna be a random hodgepodge at the end of the day anyway. And you see, this is where if you're good at this game, you crap. Like how I just said, it doesn't matter if it's random, and then it just immediately was like, that's not the way the pattern's supposed to go. Whatever. I don't even care anymore. No, I do care. This is gonna be the best volcano that anyone's ever built in the history of Minecraft. And by that I mean it's gonna be probably pretty okay, I guess. God, I keep breaking my own system. I have my own system that I built, and I'm the one that made it, and I'm still just like, you know what? It doesn't matter. The rules are all made up. But truthfully, it doesn't matter as long as you're having fun. But this is where, if you're a good player, you plan this out and you, like, you know, sketch things, or you like pre-build it in some sort of like prototyping thing because you're, you know, like, you're like a smart person. Not me. I'm the opposite. I'm like, you know what? We winging it, everybody. See you, losers. I can't sleep though, which is kind of a feels bad moment. We're gonna go like this, and we're just gonna sit here and wait for things to come to us, and we're gonna murder them. Go away. Come on. Can I sleep? No. There's still some by me. They're close enough. Ah, there you are. You little goof, you goof spider. Yeah, come on. I dare you to come over here. Because then I'm going to do one of those. You can't even touch me. And then I'm going to do this quickly. Ha ha ha. Let's go. See? I know what I'm doing in this game, probably. Someone would say that. I wouldn't, but somebody would. Oh, look at these little goo. Oh, man, look at all of them. Ah, it set me on fire. You jerk. We need feathers still, so... killing chickens is still very much priority. This is the worst. Oh, there's a spider mask. I don't need any more spider masks. I've got way too many. This is the problem, is that I've got a bunch of different monster masks, but I need very specific ones, and I keep getting the wrong ones. Yeah, we're not even gonna bother filling that in, you know? Not even gonna bother. Okay. Again, we shall start from over here. We're gonna go over here, though. And we're gonna go to, is this one? No, it's the other one. We're gonna put in all this non stuff that we need. Oh, not cobbled. Regular deep slate. Okay, so this one's empty of deep slate now. It's just that one. Which, looking at it, we're definitely gonna need more. So that's fine. Okay, so we're starting here again. And that cow is right where I want to be. Okay. What? No, whatever. Again, I'm messing up my own system, but who cares? Then we're gonna go boom, boom, boom. This is gonna look probably... You know what? I just hope it like semi resembles Mountain. If it looks like all weird and wonky and misshapen, I kind of like, I care, but I don't. Like, I just hope that it like at least has, as long as it turns out, like once I build this portion of it, as long as it turns out to roughly the shape that I envision, I can work with that. Because I can always, like, you know, I can always chisel parts out, replace them, change elevations, right? Like, really, it's just, now at this point, it's just like building like a generic cone shape kind of thing. And then from there, you know, I build something, I guess. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. This is like, because, like, see, like, look at this. Like, this looks kind of like random, right? Like, look at it from here. Like, this would not be like a normal coned shaped thing, right? Like, it's got different elevations, there's random blocks. I really don't like that, though. That's got to have a fill. But yeah, like, it looks random enough. I think that that's going to be fine, probably. I think that I need to just have faith in the vision that I originally had in my brain, you know? Like, trust that when I originally thought this up, like, weeks ago, I was like, yeah, that guy, he knows what's up. Does he, though? I mean, who's to say? I don't think I know what I'm doing. I just pretend. You know, they say fake it till you make it. I haven't made it yet, but when I do, y'all know. We're slowly becoming a real channel, guys. Not that I wasn't before, but, like, you know, I'm almost at 100 subs. Triple digits? It's pretty cool. And that's all possible by people, I feel like PBS is made possible by viewers like you. But, yeah, it's, you know, honestly, like I wouldn't, I mean, I don't know. I say I wouldn't keep going if it wasn't like, if you know, it wasn't, if this wasn't like working. But you know what? I kind of don't care if like, if this doesn't go anywhere and I just like make videos for the fun of it, like that's fine. I kind of don't care. Like I'm, as much as this is like a, oh, I gotta make this content this week, I gotta have an update, and like I do watch views and like see what my average watch time is to try to like improve, you know, how tags do and all that stuff, all the fun YouTuber jargon. Ultimately, this is just kind of like, at the end of the day, this is just kind of like, in some ways, kind of therapeutic for me. Like I just enjoy playing video games, and this just gives me like an outlet to do it, and like, you know, maybe have some other people enjoy what I do too. And if they do, cool. If they don't, that's fine too. They don't have to watch. I often joke, well, not joke, but like I often tell the story to my son that when I was younger, okay, so when I was younger, I always had friends that were like, man, Final Fantasy 7 sounds like an amazing game. I don't want to log that many hours, okay? And back in the days of the old PS1 for Christmas, I was like, you know what? I said to my parents, I want a VCR. You know, I want to be able to record stuff. I used to record Saturday Night Live if I wasn't home. I'd watch Saturday Night Live like a cool person. But then what I also did is I started playing Final Fantasy 7 as a fresh playthrough, and I just started using my VCR to record what I was playing. So it was like no like commentary, you know, it's just me. You just see the game as it plays out with like the regular audio and everything. And this is in like probably like 2002 maybe. I don't know, maybe 2001, somewhere around that general time frame. Those joke around that like I'm like, oh man, I pioneered the Let's Play format before it was popular. And then the other day my son was like, oh, do you still have like the tapes? And I was like, I don't know, I might. I don't know if I still do, but if I do, it'd be really funny. Just like, you know, like this is the Final Fantasy 7 from my day. You know, look all cool and staticky. But it's crazy though, because you know, like I remember like even, you know, like pre like YouTube being like a huge platform. Like I remember when my friends started watching PewDiePie, which is really funny that I'm about to like say that I used to be like, oh, I don't get it, it's so stupid, and then I ended up becoming a really big fan of his work. Is like I used to go like, oh, like, you know, like what good is it? You just watch a guy sit there and like stare at a screen and scream over and over again. I'm like, it's so annoying. And then like, you know, how it took off as a platform, but also too like, you know, like watching, it's really fun watching YouTubers you watched as like when you were young. Like when I was younger, people used to be like, one of my friends showed me Smosh and was like, oh, you kind of look like Ian, because I had this like, you know, sort of like not bulk up, but I had this like sort of like Ebo side swoop kind of thing going on, and I had similar kind of facial features to Ian. So like I always thought it was funny, and like I ended up loving their stuff. And then like same with PewDiePie, like once I started watching his stuff, like it's just fun to watch them now grow, like not past YouTube, but also like watch them grow as people, like, right? Like how cool is it that, you know, like PewDiePie now just gets to retire and like show everybody how beautiful Japan is, right? Like it's so cool that now he's just like, yeah, like I've put in my time, it's my time to just, you know, do my thing now. And like that's awesome. You know, it's awesome to see those people succeed. And like, you know, watching Smosh go from, you know, selling their channel for stock, and then like, you know, Anthony leaving and then coming back and kind of bringing it all full circle, and like watching all those people is just like so cool. Like even Rhett and Link is another weird one, because like Rhett and Link, I remember when I first started watching, they were making like these songs and like commercial things, and I remember like showing, as dorky as it is, I think I showed like my parents like one of their videos, and I was telling them how I'm like, yeah, they're like sponsored by like Alka-Seltzer, and they're getting like paid to go like around the country and then just make songs about the places that they travel to. And I was like, what a weird like career, you know what I mean? Like, that's just so bizarre to like say out loud, but like, you know, they made a living of it. And like, to be honest, like, I like their new stuff. I actually I like their older stuff better. I loved when they made a lot of like goofy songs. I know they still have made some, but like their song In the 80s is like one of my favorite songs of all time. Same with Smosh. Smosh made some really good ones. Like, they have a bunch of really funny ones too. And yeah, like they made, you know, not all content ages gracefully. You know, some that stuff doesn't really last the test of time, but like, I don't know, it's pretty neat. But anyways, enough about getting all like deep about people's needs and why they create and all this other stuff. We don't need to do that. We're making the blocks go a bleepy blorp. So let's go here. You know, now I think I've got a good rhythm of this, and this is actually coming along quite well. I think building on the outside is definitely a better play. It's harder to get it's harder to see, oh crap, it's harder to see the elevation and like the progress that we're making and like what it looks like. It's like harder to see it from the inside, which I thought was going to be the opposite. I thought it was going to be actually easier to see it from the inside, because of like, I'm like, oh, you'll see like the actual like cone shape forming quite literally. But no, I think this is better. And I want to make it like, I think I want to like, I don't know, I don't want to make it like too cheesy. Like, I was like, maybe I want to make like a cool like, you know, skull type face engraved into the rock, but I feel like that's a little too, you know, on the nose, I guess. Yeah, it's a little too on the nose. We don't want to make it like, hey, it's Castle Grayskull. Not that it would look like that, because this is a volcano, and like that's more of a mountain shape. Well, like I say that like there's like, you know, I know there is a difference, but it makes it sound like there's like this big giant phenomenal difference. That I'm like, yeah, know your rock shapes, you know, rock shapes. Jeez, I guess it's rock formations is the more proper term. And I'm going through, I'll be honest, I'm going through Deep Slate. Like, I knew I was going to need a lot, but I'm definitely going through it at a faster rate than I thought I was going to be. But that's okay, because like I said, we do plan, like we do have a lot. So I think I have a full like double chest, like that's almost, it's not all just regular Deep Slate, like there's cobbled and there's like some like stairs and walls and stuff. But it's like pretty close to like all just Deep Slate, because I've been using my Silk Touch pickaxe a lot right now. Actually, right now too, another thing I'm doing, because I don't know what I'm going to use it for yet, but I know I want them. I made a whole bunch of nether bricks. Okay, we're gonna go there, and we're gonna leave that little gap, and we're gonna try to go sleep. See if we can make this. Let's go. Everything's gonna come at me while I'm sleeping, which is fine. Sucker. That's so good, too. Come on. Here, chicken. I need you. How are you still alive? You are otherworldly, sir. No! How dare you. How are you still alive? That's like so many ticks of fire damage. That's crazy. Okay. There we go. So then we're gonna go here, and then we have to come up one here. This is coming along, guys. I'm very excited. I was like, I'll be honest, I made a couple bonus videos, and those were fun. Okay, very fun to make. Where are you, skeleton? I can hear you burning to death. Oh, whatever. You can just keep burning, I guess. Oh, there you go. You're gone. I made a couple bonus videos. They're very fun to make, but I'll be honest, I was kind of like, I'll get to my volcano. I'll get to it. And I knew like deep down, I'm like, I just need to start making it, because if I don't start making it, I'm just not gonna do it. I'm gonna keep putting it off, and like, I'm bad for that. Like, you know, my partner will tell you, when we made our world, I was like, let's hollow out this mountain, and then we started hollowing out the mountain, and then I just abandoned her to do it. And I feel really bad because then I was like, oh, by the way, I'm doing this, like, I'm restoring an ancient city now. And she's like, what about the mountain? I was like, ah, it's fine, we'll get back to it. And I kept saying that, and then I never got back to it. So I do feel very bad about that. So I gotta start doing, that's one of my things for the new year here when it comes to Minecraft stuff. I have to stop starting new projects without finishing old ones because I am very bad at that. I will keep finding, that's the problem. I'm an ideas person, okay? I will brainstorm and just riff on ideas and like come up with like 10 different things, but then like I don't always execute on them. And then when I don't, then they just sit there, and then I'm like, oh, I've got a backlog of ideas. I gotta start doing some stuff. And then I do one, and then I abandon it because I'm like, oh no, I think I got a better thing for this other thing. And then it just becomes a never-ending cycle. You know, turns out if you just, you know, start on things and keep working at them, they get finished. It's a crazy concept, I know. Go here. Okay. This is actually coming along pretty good. I'm actually enjoying the way that this is looking. I was a little skeptical at first, but like the one thing I don't like is this one's coming up very like straight. There's like a really big straight line on this side, which is not as natural, but I think I will fix that with the text, like when I get to the texturing portion, you know? Oh, and also too, I got a bunch of blackstone too. That's the other thing I was going to use. And I'm wondering if maybe what I do with the blackstone is maybe how I'll like incorporate that is like making a small like border, like the land around the volcano is kind of like dyed, and then I'll have like a mix of like blackstone and like those magma blocks, and I think maybe that will be good. I don't know if that's for sure what I'm gonna do yet, but we'll see. Okay, let's go. We're doing good, guys. We're actually making really good time too. This is like amazing. This is like coming together a lot faster than I thought it was going to. I know we're like not even again, I'm eyeballing this because again, I don't measure anything because why would I? But I'm going out on a limb here and saying we're not even half done yet, but still, like the fact that we have this many layers of this thing already is pretty cool. Like, I'm happy with it. I hope you guys are happy with it. If you guys aren't, that's fine. Oh, we don't want to use the coal yet. That's later. We're definitely gonna need to make a trip back. I was like, oh, we're gonna need to make a second trip. Like when I first was like gathering the materials, I didn't think it'd be this soon. But this is like, I don't know, this is gonna be cool though. These are what I'm wondering though, it's because like it's hard to gauge where we're at progress-wise because of the different elevations. And that's kind of okay. Because I think like we're gonna hit a point, like, because obviously like just by the science of it, right? Like the higher we go up, the less blocks it takes to make a path around, right? Because we're essentially going one inset, we're insetting it by one every time we go around. So like theory, it's just gonna hit a point where it is gonna ramp up fast, so like it progressively will get quicker as we go around, which is good. But also I'm a little not worried. Worried is not the word. I'm a little curious to know like how many, like, because okay, we basically used almost a full shulker worth of, actually more than that. No, because there's some cobbled in there, so probably about one full shulker worth of just deep slate so far, and we haven't made it super high up yet. And ultimately, this is the other thing, I want this thing to be like, I don't want it to be like towering, like kind of like mine, right? Like my castle's not towering by any means, but like it's tall, you know? I want to have some height to it, but like I don't, because I didn't plan this out, like I don't plan out every single build that I make. you know, it is just gonna be one of those things that I don't truthfully know how tall this thing's gonna be. It's gonna tell me how tall it's gonna be by just, you know, the nature of the beast. Okay, before we go anywhere, since we're right here. Okay, so this is the one we've emptied because there's just that now. And now we gotta get all of this deep slate. Yeah, and we're gonna leave. I think that's gonna be enough cobble. We might even need more cobble deep slate. That's the other thing. This is looking good though. I'm liking this. You know? And coming into its own here. Not bad, guys. Not bad at all. We're gonna make it happen. We are going to make it happen. Okay. We're crushing it. Feels like, see, it's like when we get to this and it's like we're starting to make like actual speed. It's pretty good. Feels awesome. Because then, you know, like we're like actually making like, I don't know, the progress just feels so much more impactful, you know? Oh, this is getting good. Yeah, let's go. See, like that, I feel like that stack of like deep slate like just like went like nothing, you know? There you go. And putting some extra bits and bobs where I probably don't, well, not probably, I definitely don't need to have them. But that's fine. Okay, there. Honestly, the texturing I think is going to be the hardest part to make this feel natural. Let's just see here. I want to see this because this is kind of like a weirdly oddly shaped part. Oh, it sucks. It's so low. See, like that or not, this looks like there's definitely a pattern of it going up, but like just toss a couple extra blocks in here. I think that'll look good. That'll be good. We'll be good. I got faith. I have faith that I will eventually figure out what I'm doing. Okay. Oh, is that where I want? Yeah, it is where I want. I want to do that. We're gonna make that look different. There we go. Oh, I'm being rubber banded. There you go. Okay. Flying, dude. We're flying. Like, look at this. We're like almost in a whole other thing up now. Okay. And there you go. There. Oh, just crushing it. See, this is the thing. Is like I know when it comes to long and like big daunting projects like this, it's like I know if I just like force myself to start, I'll do it. You know, but it's just like that first initial plunge of doing it is just always so difficult. And I'm actually glad that this has kind of turned out the way it is. I'll be honest, like those first episode when we just like made this like little tiny house, and I was like, I'm gonna make this kind of like a castle, and I said like it's gonna be like kind of like a Mario castle. I'll be honest, that was just me absolutely winging it, no plan, and like I had zero idea for the rest of this bit, and it's kind of just come together, to be honest, and I'm kind of here for it. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go here. Now we're gonna go sleep quickly, or it gets too crazy out here. So. Yeah, let's go back to it now. Gotta get up. What's wrong? Oh, I'm like way off right here. like right here, I think. Aha, stupid creeper. So you get me now, you fool. Okay. We got this, everybody. We got it. We're crushing it. I wonder how long this video is gonna end up being. That's the other question. And like, my other question is, I don't even think I'm gonna edit this one. I'm just gonna have a nice, fun, long build chat with y'all. You know? Oh, that sucked. Come on. There you go. And go like that. You can chisel out those internal pillars later. You know. We're making it along here, guys. And that's the other thing, is I gotta figure out how big, because I know it's gonna go up in height, but I gotta figure out what's the stopping point, because then what I want to do is the last like maybe 1 or 2 like row, maybe even I don't know, do I want to do 3? 3 seems excessive. I'm kind of like, do I want to do like, if I do 3, basically what I need to do is, oh, I didn't want that there, but that's fine. What I want to do is the last like maybe like 2 or 3 rows, I want it to be all magma blocks, because then I want to have, you know, so it's like the rim of the volcano, right, where it's like that's where all that lava is like oozing from, and I need to kind of have that sort of, you know, vision of what it looks like. I'm wondering if maybe, I'm just trying to think of like, well, maybe I want to have, I'm trying to think of like what I want the border. I know it said blackstone, but like maybe I don't want that. Maybe I want like mud or something, you know what I mean? Like, but the thing is, I don't know how, I'll be honest, I'm a noob when it comes to how some blocks behave out of their normal natural biomes. And I know mud, you like put water on it, but I think you can dry them out. So I just don't want it to come regular dirt after, you know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking maybe what I need to do, is like, that's a tough one. I think what I need to do is maybe do, if I'm gonna do mud, I need to do like packed mud. And I know it's not as dark, but maybe texturing that like with some like blackstone, it'll like kind of have that effect. You know what I mean? I don't know. We'll see, I guess. And I'll need to change all of the inside too, which I think that'll also need to be deep slate. So we might even need to, who knows, this might even end up being a part video if I run out of deep slate. That'll be, ugh. I was like, man, I've got everything. I'm prepped for this video. Little did I know I wouldn't have been. I like how the zombie villagers are just, they're the inhabitants of this volcano. They know what's up. Oh, nice try. I almost fell. That's not what I wanted. How dare you? Okay. Okay, I think so soon I have to go and get the, I don't know. Soon I have to go and get the like more deep slate. And I think when I do that, I think I need to go and take a look with my spyglass to see how it's like from our XP farm. I think we need to go up there and see what this is looking like, to see how good or bad. I really hope it's not bad, because I don't want to have to like rework a bunch of it. Okay. I think we got like maybe Yeah, I think we maybe we'll have like a couple more rows of this before we need to go get deep slate. Okay. I gotta go here. There. So it's coming along, guys. It's coming along. We're making a volcano. This is... oh. Honestly, this is like... I don't know, maybe it's not. I was gonna say it's the most like the biggest thing I've ever built, but I don't think it is. Like, I think I've built bigger, like, I don't know, like, biggest in terms of like a big natural structure. I don't think I've ever built anything this big, and I definitely haven't built anything this big without like an actual plan. And that's why I was hoping to gain on some of the, like in playing on like an SMP, is that I'm good on like I can make a building. Okay, I can make that. It's like not super grand scale, but it's a scale, right? But when it comes to like mega builds and like really giant things, that's where I struggle, because I feel like I never know the proper amount. Like, I don't know the like when I make a house, right? Like, I'm like, okay, I don't want to make it too big, because like I'm the one that's gonna have to run around and try to gather my supplies through this house, you know, this building. I don't want it to be this big giant, like, you know, like I don't want it to be like a wood, like for instance, I don't want it to be like a woodland mansion, right? There's a billion rooms and like they're all over the place. You know, like they're all over the place. I don't want to have them be like, you know, like, oh, I could get lost in here, or I'm like, oh, I gotta go get some stuff. It's gonna take me like 20 minutes to gather the materials because they're like in all these different rooms, right? I make it for like function instead of like fantasy, right? So, you know, I see like cool things in like Hermitcraft where they make those big like skyscrapers and stuff, and I'm like, that's really cool. But me, I'm like, okay, how would I go about building this? I'm like, for one, I'm like, do you think, I'm like, my brain always goes like, because, you know, I don't know. I'm like, do they fill in the inside? You know, like, do they actually go in and like, that's like a whole solid, you know, cement tower. They keep it hollow on the inside. I'm like, what parts do you, you know, kind of like, you know, skimp on, I guess, if you want to call it that, to like make it like just easier, more manageable to build. And then like for me, it's getting the shape and like design right is like the hard part, because like sometimes like I made in my SMP world, like you've seen I made like my sheep building, and I made a giant enderman, and like thinking of the blocks as pixels of like a face and how you would texture that, I can do that on a grand, like those ones I can do on bigger scales, because it's easier to do when you have more blocks to do the texture. But trying to do them smaller scale is harder because of the fact that like you don't have as much texture to work with the details. You have to be more strategic with your blocks. But like something that's like, and like those are in some ways, I say, a bit easier because they are like, I don't know, like for instance, if I go and look at an Enderman head, okay, I can look at an image and it'll have some pixels, and I can kind of like suss out, okay, it's got this many pixels. Here's the equivalent of like, here's those pixels. What blocks do I need in those pixel spots? And you can do a 1-for-1 kind of like, you know, scale of pixel, like, you know, of pixel square to block. And that's kind of easy. Whereas like a skyscraper, it's like, okay, you're building it, you got to have windows, you have to make sure you're spacing, like, you know, an apartment, you see like a skyscraper, like apartment, you know, from a distance, right? You have like, okay, there's this many floors, right? And every floor has like, you know, will have X amount of windows, and every one of those windows is evenly spaced out, and you'll have, and like not just what's it called? Interesting. Oh, Vale. But like, you know, not only do you have to worry about, okay, like yeah, Vale's making an XP grinder, and I was like, that's cool. But like, not only do you have to think about like, not only do you have to think about, okay, like, you know, horizontally, but like, okay, you got to think the windows are evenly spaced out horizontally and vertically, and like when you're building like a sort of like template it's like, oh no, it's not like oh no, but like when you're building the template of stuff too, right? Like you also have to look at, like, you know, when you're sort of like, again, with me, who very much eyeballs most of his builds like a smart person, like when you're making, you're like, oh, it's gonna be this long, well, you have to like factor that in of like, okay, well, there's going to be, you know, a window every X amount of blocks. Okay, let's go sleep. There's gonna be a no, go away. But yeah, like you're like, okay, there's this, the window takes up this many blocks, they are evenly spaced, I need X amount of windows per floor. So like you have to do all this like extra math of like making sure that like you don't build a wall. You're like, oh, I built my wall and this is how long it is, and then you're like, oh, actually the way the pattern's gonna work now, if I do that, it's like if I do that now, all of a sudden there's going to be a it's like if I do that now, there's going to be like one window that's like half done because of the way I've decided to build it, and like you don't want that either, right? So like there is a little bit of like, I don't know, for lack of better words, there's a bit of like nuance to it, you know, of like, and like a sort of like art that you want to make. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. I thought about this earlier. Eventually I want to have a door in here anyway to go into the mountain, and right now that's going to be that door, because then this way we don't have to keep building pillars, we can just kind of keep building this. And but yeah, so anyways, there's like a different, like there's a lot of math and art, like of design that goes into a lot of these, and like because I don't do all of that stuff, it definitely does make it more difficult because I do have to, like, because I don't plan ahead, and I know this is me causing my own problem, okay? I want to be very clear. But because I don't do that, it is, I think, see, I screwed this up already. This was supposed to be here. But because I don't do that, like, I know I could, and it would save me time. But like if I do that, then I'm like, okay, now I have to like go and like rethink and like rework this whole section, and then that becomes a thing. And it's, again, it's because of the way I do things. It's not, you know, it's a, I guess I don't know. I guess it's, in some ways it's a skill issue, because it is like me willingly doing something in an inefficient way, I guess, knowing that there's a better way to do it. But even still, I don't know, I kind of just love building it randomly. Like, I like to build spontaneously because it is, I don't know, I just feel like sometimes, like, I know if I drew some things out, I might overthink it. So like sometimes when I just like randomly do it and I'm just like, I'm gonna wing it, like some of my in my opinion anyways, you know, everyone else will have their own, because I don't get to decide how everyone views it, but like personally, I think some of my best builds have been just random. And like that castle is random to an extent. Like I had an idea of like, oh, I want it like kind of like the middle Mario castle, So I had like a bit of a vision, but like I didn't like plan anything out, right? Like a lot of this stuff is just very much like spur of the moment, me being like, you know what, this is what I'm doing. We're doing this today. That's how it's gonna happen. And yeah, that's just how it goes. Okay. There. Okay. We're almost out of the deep slate that we have. I was pretty close, I think, because this is gonna be like the second and I think because just by nature of how this was naturally occurring, the grass that I built the border on, I think it is going to be like this cone is going to kind of go higher than the other side, which I'm kind of okay with, because like a lot of like some volcanoes, there's usually one side that's like higher than the other, right? Because like one side is predominantly like where like the lava comes out of, you know, and that just kind of happens. So I think that that will kind of work to my advantage. And then once I get down there too, I'm gonna have to at least if nothing else, temporarily light it. Not that one. This is coming along. We're doing it, guys. Slowly but surely, we be doing it. Oh yeah, this is where I screwed up before and I did too much. There we go. This is gonna be... I'm actually really... You know what? I was worried about the sizing of this, and I thought I was either gonna make it way too big or way too small. And I actually kind of like the height that it is. I think this is gonna be like just the right height. Okay. Yeah, I think this is gonna pan out just the way I want it. I think. I could be completely wrong. Just, you know, disclaimer, I could just be completely off my rocker here. Yeah, I know there's a stupid witch down there, and if he hits me with a potion bottle, I'll be very upset. I hate witches so much. They're like, probably, I don't know, I don't want to say they're like my least favorite mob, but they're definitely up there. It's like, there's nothing worse than like going in a deep cave and then being like, oh, I've got a bunch of guys, I can fight them off, and then getting poisoned. You're like, well, and my chances just diminished greatly now because, you know, I'm gonna get lowered down to like half a heart, and then it's like one shot, goodbye. That sucks. Not a great feeling. Okay, we are getting closer. We're definitely obviously gonna need more. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go right here, and we're gonna put that like that, and we're gonna put this torch here so we know that that's where we left off. Okay, now I'm gonna come down here because I don't think there's any in this one, right? No, there's just tools in that one. Okay, all right, let's grab these. We're gonna go back to base, and then we're gonna go take a look and see how it's coming. I hope it's gonna look good. I hope you guys will enjoy it. I'm thinking it's gonna be good. You know, I'm optimistic that it'll be good. Okay. I gotta figure out, see this here, I kind of don't want that hole there, but I don't really know what to do with it though. I thought about like covering it in glass, but I was like, what's the point then? It's still just a hole. Okay, so now we want to go boom, boom. And we want to go to our deep slate one, And we want to get more just deep slate. Ooh, we might need more, guys. Correction, we will need more, guys. Yeah. That's not great. I was really counting on having... Didn't I have some extra? Oh, it's just one singular piece. Well, you know what? That kind of sucks. But you know what? We'll do this right now. Did I leave my spyglass? I did in here. Okay. I'm just gonna dump this in here for now. I know I need to like sort it later. But let's go... Let's go take a look. We might even, you know what? I think I might even just, after this, I might cut the video here. We might just do this in 2 parts because I'll have to go off camera and farm a whole bunch. And then we might just make the second video part 2 of building the volcano, because this has been like a pretty decently long build. And like, I don't know, be honest guys, if you guys like the long build videos like this, I'll do more of them. I usually edit them because a lot of times it's just me rambling about random nonsense, but you know, like if you guys like to hear me ramble, I can post them more unedited, like edit them less. But seems by view count, it seems like when I edit them they do better, so that seems to be more what you guys like, but we'll see. Okay, so we're gonna do a little preview of this here, and then we'll maybe cap it off here. And who knows, maybe I'll just build it off camera, the last bit, and then you guys can see it when it's done. Let's go. Okay, let's see what this is looking like. That actually is looking pretty cool. I actually like that. That looks so good. And it does, like, even though it's more of a pattern right now, because I know I'm going to texture it, but like, this looks like it's the doorway, so it's a perfect spot for it. Like here it does look a little bit more random, like there's definitely a pattern right down there, but like this is coming out exactly how I was hoping it would. That looks so cool. I think when it's done it's gonna look awesome. But yeah, if you guys like this video, make sure you guys like and subscribe. You know, it means the world to me. Again, we're getting closer to 100 subs. Tell a friend. You know, I'm at 70 right now. It's only 30 more. You know, I didn't even think I would ever make it this far, so. But I really appreciate all of you guys. Have a great day. Catch you next time. Peace.